Guilty on all counts.
CoastTV.
Guilty on all counts. The man now convicted of killing Delmar Corporal Keith Hecook admitting to the crime.
Hecook's friends and family gathering in force, telling CoastTV they believe justice was served.
Neighbors helping neighbors, the establishment of a neighborhood watch in Ellendale.
Air rights in Ocean City, a key vote tonight that's been months in the making for the proposed Margaritaville project.
And we have a couple of sprinkles just dancing across portions of Delmarva, but when will the real rain show up? I'll show you what I'm tracking.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. Coast TV, your local news at 11 starts right now.
Susan Hecook walking out of the court this afternoon after the man convicted of murdering her husband was found guilty on all counts. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin tonight with the trial of the man charged with killing Corporal Hecook.
Today's trial started and ended in less than 2 hours. Coast TV News anchor Madeline Overturf showing us a key set of interviews, evidence, and body cam footage that played today, all that led to the conviction of Wilkerson.
Randon Wilkerson, the man now convicted of murdering Delmar Corporal Keith Hecook, sat silently in court. In less than 90 minutes, Judge Craig Karsnitz issuing his verdict, guilty on all accounts. The courthouse was packed with Corporal Hecook's friends, colleagues, and family.
We're just glad justice was done.
The courtroom somber as Judge Karsnitz read this trial stipulation of facts agreed upon by both the prosecution and defense. For the first time, revealing Hecook was beaten to death with a 20-pound dumbbell. And after being arrested, Wilkerson also told a Delaware State Police trooper, quote, "I killed him. I smashed him over the head with a weight." Footage from the crime scene showed where Hecook was attacked and across the street where Wilkerson confessed to beating his elderly neighbors with angel figurines. There were audible sobs in the courtroom as body cam footage from responding officers was played. As Wilkerson was sent back to prison, Hecook's family feeling some peace and justice for their beloved Keith.
Keith loved everybody. He always ran into danger, not away from it. And that laugh is one thing we'll all never forget.
Wilkerson's sentencing is scheduled for December 8th. Prosecutors told Coast TV today that they expect Wilkerson to appeal, but they're confident that the verdict is going to stand. Family and friends we spoke with today said they'll be back, and they're hoping for life in prison.
This all started almost 2.5 years ago. Corporal Keith Hecook responded to a 911 call alone on April 25th, 2021. It was a response he made hundreds of times in his 22 years on the Delmar police force, but this day would be his last. However, it sparked change in policing in Delmar.
Newly released photos from the
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We seem to have had a little bit of an error. Everybody from family to friends to fellow police officers are still devastated by the loss of Corporal Hecook, but they did seem relieved by the verdict today in the courtroom.
The verdict is in, and that more than likely this young man will spend the rest of his life behind bars. But I will say that he got a better shake than my officer did. So we move forward.
It's impossible not to cry when you see a human being that was at your house 7 or 8 days earlier than this having oysters and hot dogs on your grill, when you see him in that kind of condition.
Oh, without a doubt. There's nothing we can do to bring Keith back and to bring back all the great work that he did as a Delmar police officer. But I wish we'd bring back the death penalty. That's what we need. This is certainly a case that screamed for the death penalty, no question about it.
As you just heard in that last clip, the death penalty was mentioned by more than one person today, actually. More than one person brought it up. And with that in mind, let's take a look at the brief history of capital punishment in the first state. The practice was abolished in Delaware in 1958, only to return in 1961. Then in 1986, legislation was passed that made lethal injection the mode of execution. In 1991, Delaware changed its law for the jury to recommend the penalty and then the judge to decide the sentence. Then on August 2nd of 2016, the Delaware Supreme Court ruled that Delaware's death penalty was unconstitutional.
And that brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know if you think Delaware should bring back the death penalty. Let's take a look at the updated results from earlier this evening.
And this is similar to what we were seeing earlier this evening. 73% saying yes, just 27% saying no. But it is a divisive issue. You can certainly weigh in yourself if you haven't. Go to WRDE.com or use our Coast TV mobile app.
And now let's take a live look outside as we transition to the weather. This is our Hershey Exteriors camera at the 45th Street Tap House in Ocean City. It's feeling cool, definitely fall-like tonight. You can see that bay moving along in the breeze. Our first alert chief meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at our weather. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening to you, Mallory. And yeah, if you have the feeling like it feels a little cooler than usual or cooler than normal, you're right. You're right. Actually, take a look at, for example, 62 was the high today. 69 is where we're supposed to be, near 70. 43 for the low. 49 is where we're supposed to be. But thank goodness we didn't dip down to where we were in 1978. I think that would have been just, unnecessary. Let's take a look at what's happening with our radar at this point. Listen, we are staying clear, although we picked up a couple little random sprinkles. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Over here. Right near Hurlock on Ocean Gateway Route 50. And we picked up a couple of renegade sprinkles, but other than that, we basically had most of our advisories and stuff like that allowed to expire, with the exception of a small craft advisory throughout the Chesapeake Bay area. The winds are right now pushing out of the west-northwest pretty steadily at this point. And here's a quick look at your cycling forecast. Watch out for the early morning runs because it's still very, very chilly in the morning and when the sun goes down. We'll have more on your full forecast coming up in a moment. Till then, back to you.
Thank you, Paul. The town of Ellendale is worried about safety. As Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert explains, now they want to make sure that they have a few extra pair of eyes looking out for the tiny community.
More signs to deter crime in Ellendale. The town's police and emergency response committee has proposed 18 locations for neighborhood watch signs. Neighbor Melissa Reed says a neighborhood watch is a good idea.
We have had a little bit of crime, but most of the time it's just teenagers with nothing better to do. So it's nice that parents can kind of keep out watch for the kids.
The town of Ellendale only has one full-time officer, and the committee says the watch will help keep neighbors safe. The idea for the program came together in June. The plan has seen 25 neighbors come forward to keep an eye on the town so far. As the community grows, people who live in Ellendale say crime has grown with it.
Some of my solar lights, kids just coming by, busting them up, throwing them all over the road. The larger an area gets, the more populated it gets, you seem to have more issues with things like that need to be watched.
You could see signs being installed as soon as this week, but the current 25 members of the watch are already looking out for trouble. It's all part of neighbors looking after neighbors. One other thing that was discussed in tonight's meeting were possible security cameras. There is hopes that these cameras will be on the agenda for Town Council's meeting next month. I'm Charles Reinert in Ellendale, Coast TV News.
The U.S. House of Representatives is wrapping up its second week with no speaker in place and no way to do business until a new speaker gets elected. Candidate Jim Jordan from Ohio says he's taking his bid to the House floor at noon on Tuesday, even though he's still working to get enough votes to get the job. Emily Schmidt has more on the last-minute moves.
In a House with no speaker, predictions fill the void.
Good morning, McCarthy. Can Jordan do it on the floor tomorrow?
Yes. The short answer from ousted Speaker Kevin McCarthy follows a 2-week search for his replacement. Majority Leader Steve Scalise gave up his bid when he failed to get enough Republican support. Now Ohio's Jim Jordan says he's going to the floor for a vote Tuesday.
We're going to elect the speaker tomorrow. That's what I think is going to happen.
Jordan's prediction comes as former holdouts, some who had called him a non-starter for speaker, have now publicly given him their support before the critical floor vote.
Everyone will need to stand up, do a roll call vote, then we know for sure exactly where everyone is. It's also more difficult as a Republican to vote no.
The math remains difficult. Jordan can lose only 4 Republicans if every member votes on the floor. Last week, 55 Republicans voted inside the GOP conference against supporting Jordan on the floor. That's led Jordan to private meetings and to a public Dear Colleague letter calling for unity.
The conference will have to decide at some point in time how urgent it is for us to get this government functioning again. And with what's going on in Israel, I think we're getting closer and closer to that point.
Predictions in place, even as a speaker is not.
We will go to the floor tomorrow. It's not about pressuring anybody, just about we got to have a speaker.
I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
In other political news tonight, President Joe Biden announcing that he's going to travel to Israel on Wednesday. The visit comes as the war between Hamas and Israel rages on, and it will be Biden's second trip to an active war zone just this year. Biden previously traveled to Ukraine back in February. The president plans on meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and other Israeli leaders to show he stands squarely with the country.
New at 11, there was a violent multi-car crash in Harbison. Just look at these photos posted by the Indian River Volunteer Fire Company. According to that post, the call for the accident came in just after 3:30 this afternoon. Multiple crews were dispatched to the scene at Mission Road and John P. Healy Drive. It was reported as a possible 4-car accident with at least one child evaluated after the fact. 2 patients had to be taken from the site of the crash for further evaluation. Delaware State Police are investigating. New tonight, the town of Ocean City has made a decision on the air rights needed for a proposed Margaritaville project. Tonight was the second reading of an ordinance to abandon and convey certain air rights above a portion of an alley known as Washington Lane. That's between 13th and 14th Streets for the Oceanfront Boardwalk Hotel. Some say the project would attract more people to Ocean City. Others worry it will add to the parking problem and won't fit with the look of Ocean City.
Well, they're extending the shoulder seasons, which is important for the economy of Ocean City. The only concerns I have would be parking. They've gone through several different variations on the parking at Margaritaville, but anywhere in the city, in the summer, it's hard to park.
While this isn't the final hurdle the Margaritaville project will face, getting these air rights has been a months-long process for the development team.
We are just getting started.
Coming up, a burned down house. A Somerset fire today has left one family without a home.
And brisk conditions for the shore tonight. Below normal temperatures will stick around for a few days here on Delmarva. I'll also let you know when the rain will work its way back into the forecast.
And next, a stabbing incident in Delmar involving 2 young men, and it looks like it may have been over a girl. We're back in just 60 seconds.
Is your deck ready for the next family party? Let Paul Davis show you how easy, stress-free, and quick we can resurface or install a new AZEK deck for you. The AZEK decking looks like wood, insect-resistant, and won't fade. We can see you as soon as tomorrow, offer a free design, and have an estimate that day. Don't want to pay now? Take advantage of our no payment, no interest option until 2024. This is the last chance of the year to get composite decking for the same price as salt-treated wood. Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling, we are the difference makers.
Find your dream vehicle during the Jeep Adventure Days right here at Preston Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Millsboro. Scan this QR code to receive your exclusive offer. This month, you could get 10% off of the MSRP of a 2023 Jeep Wrangler 4xe plug-in hybrid. You'll also receive our Preston for Life lifetime engine guarantee. Shop our entire inventory online and enjoy the convenience of home delivery. So join us during the Jeep Adventure Days right here at Preston Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. And remember, cars cost less with Preston.
Here's a look at what's happening today across Delmarva. New at 11, the Wicomico County Sheriff's Office is investigating a stabbing in Delmar. The Sheriff's Office says deputies responded to the 8900 block of Shell Road and the 8800 block of Archid Drive for 2 stabbing victims. Investigators say 2 boys had been arguing over a girl when one of the boys was stabbed. The Sheriff's Office says the suspect male was stabbed as he tried to run away. One minor has been charged and referred to the Department of Juvenile Service.
New at 11, one family in Somerset County has been displaced after a house fire this morning. You're going to see the photo here in just a second. This home completely immersed in smoke and flame. You can see it there. This is on Upper Hill Road in Westover. The Maryland State Fire Marshal says that the fire was accidental and caused by an electrical failure at the fuse panel box. Now, the good news, no injuries were reported. The damages are estimated, though, at $150,000.
The Maryland State Fire Marshal has determined the cause of another fire on Russell Avenue in Salisbury. According to the Deputy State Fire Marshal, a power cord to the lamp in the living room caused the fire in that home, which is owned by Jem Berkman, Salisbury University's men's lacrosse coach. This fire was reported around 10 a.m. Sunday, October 8th. Unfortunately, the fire marshal says a dog and 2 cats died in this fire.
New tonight, millions of dollars from the Environmental Protection Agency is going to be spent restoring Delmarva watershed. $9.6 million in grants are going to go to the project to improve the Chesapeake Bay. That includes $2.9 million that's going to benefit Delaware. 10 grants ultimately will be handed out. The money for these grants, that comes from the bipartisan infrastructure law.
Well, pull out those smartphones, open up the camera app, and just scan the QR code down in the corner of your screen. Anytime a meteorologist is up here forecasting for you, QR code will send you to your smartphone app store where you can download the CoastTV weather app, giving you instant access to the CoastTV First Alert weather forecast right at your fingertips. As you take a look at what's happening in Ocean City, you can see actually the tide is finally going back out again. And the winds have calmed down in a major way, only at about 8 miles per hour, so that's manageable. As far as this week is concerned, listen, it's going to be quiet for this week, a bit drier and a bit on the cooler side, particularly in the early morning hours. I mean, like in the 40s and even 30s. We're going to flirt around with the 30s down the road with our extended forecast. Showers have been delayed. Earlier this evening, we were talking about a 50% chance of showers on Friday. Looks like Friday's going to stay cloudy with about a 20% chance of rain. But then the rain will really kick in for us on Saturday. And by the way, Sunday, especially Sunday, we're going to be watching out for winds gusting up to 25, maybe even 35 miles per hour. Sunday is wacko weirdo for the most part. But anyway, live radar, we're looking very clear. We had a couple of sprinkles actually that popped up right here, right along Highway 50. But aside from that, most of the scattered shower activity stayed well to the north, associated with the trough that actually is well to the north as well. We feel like fall right now. 52 is what it feels like in Rehoboth, but it feels like 47 currently in Redden, and it feels like 49 right now in Seaford. As far as lows are concerned for tonight, we're going to dip to the 40s, 43 in Georgetown and Millsboro. For an example, we'll dip to 46 in Vienna, but 43 in Federalsburg, with the winds out of the northwest, by the way. And we'll dip to 46 degrees in Snow Hill, but 50 in Chincoteague for tonight. For Tuesday morning, we start off in the 50s after the sun comes up. Then we'll stay a little bit cloudy by the afternoon with temperatures in the mid-60s. No rain, no fuss, no muss. For Wednesday, we're looking at sunshine and clear skies, and it's going to be pretty sunny on Wednesday as well. Tuesday and Wednesday is really not a problem. I'm not sweating that, okay? Take a look at, for example, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Assateague, we're looking at 64, 66, and 68. That's pretty much the story for everybody. 66, 68, and 71 in South Bethany, for example. And then we go even more to the north, for example, in Cape Henlopen, from 62 to 66 up to 68 degrees. So we start climbing back up to the 60s. Now that wacky thing I mentioned a little bit earlier in the newscast, well, forecast to be more exact. Thursday, winds are out of the south. Friday, winds are out of the south. Saturday, we're okay. But Sunday, that's wacky to me. Like 29, 30 mile per hour winds. And it stays that way. Because when you take a look at the system, it's supposed to skip by us rather quickly. So I'm keeping my eye on you Sunday. Just letting you know. All right. All the rest of you days, they're okay with me. All right. Saturday, even though it's 60% chance of rain, it's okay with me. But Sunday, I just don't like it right now, but we'll keep looking at it.
Thank you, Paul. And with some of those lows in the 40s, maybe you can believe that the holiday season is going to be here soon. That means the return of Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign through generous donations from businesses, from individuals. We do our best to make sure that every child has a present to open Christmas morning. We do that by supporting nonprofits that handpick families in need. Applications for that are due October 31st.
A reminder, you can hear Coast TV news and weather updates throughout the day on our family of radio stations. Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 FM, on 93.5 The Beach, and on Big 107.7.
Still to come, the feds want more time for the Proud Boys that were convicted, and they are appealing.
And next, haircuts for a cause. Lorette giving those in need a good look.
Hi, I'm Leah.
I'm Paige.
And I'm Maya.
Welcome to Coast Life.
Life, weekdays at 4 on CoastTV.
Transform your outdoor space with Backyard Works. We are Sussex County's one call for all your fence, deck, handrail, pergolas, shower, and trash enclosure needs. Locally owned and operated, we make all our vinyl and aluminum fence right here in Harbison, Delaware, from American-made manufacturers. Cut out the middleman and deal direct. As a TimberTech Platinum deck dealer, our trained team will professionally install your deck that will last a lifetime. Give us a call and let us make your backyard work.
Hi, I'm Bill Whaley, inventor of the porch protection system. I want to talk a little bit about the extra space that can be created with the porch protection system. You can use that extra space for exercise equipment, pets, children, fireplaces. It's all marine grade materials. They're really easy to roll up and down. It also holds heat and air conditioning equally well. Start creating that extra space at your house today.
For more information about porch protection systems, visit Delmarva Experts on WBOC.com.
Imagine shopping for your dream floors from the comfort of your own home. How, you ask? Floor Coverings International's incredible mobile showroom that's fully equipped with 3,000 flooring options. Browse hardwood, carpet, tile, or LVP flooring samples comfortably at home. We measure your space and give you a free estimate the very same day. Plus, with our grand opening pricing, enjoy 20% off, available now. Floor Coverings International, the flooring store at your door.
In your health news, people who live in the Pallet Village in Georgetown recently got free haircuts and beard trims. Lorette Health Center partnered with Imagination Hairstyles, unisex salon in Seaford, to offer this service to the Springboard Village on Wednesday. They say about 30 people there were able to get a haircut.
New at 11, Delaware's cancer mortality rate continues to decline. That's according to the Department of Health and Social Services. The agency presented its data report to the Delaware Cancer Consortium today. DPH says between 2006 and 2020, mortality rates for all site cancer decreased an average of 1.8% per year in Delaware. Delaware's 2016 to 2020 mortality rate for all cancers is higher than the U.S. rate, and compared to the whole country, Delaware ranks lower for prostate and colorectal cancer mortality and higher for breast and lung cancer mortality. The top 4 cancers for mortality in Delaware are lung, breast cancer in females, prostate, and colorectal.
The Justice Department is appealing the prison sentences of 5 members of the Proud Boys convicted in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. According to court filings, prosecutors are challenging the sentences that were significantly shorter than what they had recommended, and aiming to get stiffer penalties. That includes former Proud Boy leader Enrique Tarrio, who was sentenced to 22 years, but prosecutors had requested 33 years. A number of the sentences falling far below what was originally sought by the government. The Justice Department is currently appealing the 18-year prison sentence of Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rhodes, as well as the sentences of other Oath members in that group. Coming up in sports, Holy Grove Volleyball looking to wrap up a win on senior night, but Worcester Prep in their way. We've got the highlights.
But first, broken windows and shingles, how a local historic landmark needs your help.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
The 2024 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. With the legendary capability of the Outback, you'll never run out of new places to explore. Every Outback is made to last, so you can rely on it no matter where your adventures take you. Right now, lease the new 2024 Subaru Outback Onyx Edition for only $299 a month. Or take advantage of financing rates as low as 4.9%. Gateway Subaru is committed to providing the best car buying experience on the shore. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Hey, Linda, come check out my bathroom remodel. I'm having it done by those guys on TV. They do everything.
Paint me green and call me a cucumber. I thought they was gonna spice up your bathroom, Cletus. You should have called Peninsula Bath.
Listen, Linda, you made the right choice.
At Peninsula Bath, we do bathroom remodeling, and that's it. Top quality, competitively priced, customer focused, and ready when you are. Thank you, Peninsula Bath.
Blooming Boutique, your place for fall fashion and resort wear all year.
Fashion, jewelry, and accessories as cool as an ocean breeze. You'll love this place. We put a smile on your face. You'll love this place. It's Blooming Boutique. Fashion, jewelry, accessories, and fun. Blooming Boutique.
Blooming Boutique with 4 convenient locations, 2 in downtown Lewis, Milford, and Long Neck, and easy online shopping.
Fall in love with Lewis.
Visit our unique shops and restaurants.
Biblion and the Vintage Underground, your analog respites in a digital world. Books, vinyl, vintage clothing, and more. Open daily.
Eclectic style, estate jewelry, furniture, art. A curated collection to inspire.
Beautiful Nassau Valley Vineyards, the perfect place for tours, tastings, and impeccable events. Award-winning Delaware wines for 29 years.
Lots to do and see.
In Lewis.
The Lewis Cannonball House is a sight to see when in downtown Lewis, but the historic landmark is in need of a little TLC. Coast TV News reporter Tori Seagrave shows us what damages a recent survey uncovered and why they need your help.
Beth Ortel visits downtown Lewis with her dog Iggy. As an educator for 30 years and history buff, she knew she had to visit the Cannonball House while staying nearby.
But I love visiting historic towns and taking a look at where our country started and where we came from.
But a recent assessment by the Historic American Buildings Survey revealed that many repairs, like the windows and shutters, were necessary to keep the Cannonball House intact. People who live in Lewis say the upkeep of Lewis's history is what keeps the town so unique.
I think it's important that that is done. It is part of the history. It's an interesting part of the history, and it's one of the reasons that we moved here.
A beautiful site and a necessary learning tool.
There's nothing that it replaces experiential learning, and to be able to have places where kids can come and touch and see and experience places where our explorers and early people of America lived. That's when the real connection is made.
The society is asking for help from the community to pay for the $50,000 in repairs. The Lewis Historical Society hopes to have the exterior of the Cannonball House fully restored by April of 2025. I'm Tori Seagraves in Lewis, Coast TV News.
The National Museum of Women in the Arts is set to reopen this weekend in Washington, D.C. It's holding a members preview on Friday, a formal reopening Saturday, and a free day on Sunday. Those events follow a roughly $67 million renovation spanning more than 2 years. The museum says contemporary exhibits highlight the remodel of the 1908 building. It calls itself the first major museum just for female artists.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. In volleyball tonight, Holly Grove Christian School on a roll, winning 6 of their last 8, while Worcester Prep trying to break a 4-game losing streak. Holly Grove started their senior day out hot. Casey Wright opened this game with 8 consecutive aces for the Eagles, and she kept it rolling at the net. Sadie Gross sets up Wright for the fade-away kill. She racked up 15 of them tonight, and of course, she's the one to finish it off. This time, Wright swings from the middle. Eagles win the opening set 25-12. Second set action now. The Mallards wouldn't go down without a fight. Natasha Richter slips the serve between 2 Eagles for the ace. Then later, Richter digs them out of trouble, and Sarah Frey finishes the job. Worcester Prep would go on to win this set and tie it 1-1. Third set, now it's takeover time for the Eagles. First, a huge swing for Wright, adding to her total. Then Rebecca Furman rips a serve down. Holly Grove dominates the third set 25-10. In the fourth, it's another senior. Arlie Brooks floats a serve inside the back line. The Eagles go on to win a thriller 3-1. Holly Grove improves to 8-5 on the season. And we have more action from around the peninsula tonight. Make sure to download the Delmarva Sports Network app and follow us on social to watch a double overtime thriller between Washington Field Hockey and Parkside today. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
It is time to take another look at our Coast TV poll. We asked if you think that Delaware should bring back the death penalty. Taking a look at the screen, so far the majority says yes, that's 72%, 28% for no. If you haven't voted yet, you still can on WRDE.com or the Coast TV News app. Still ahead, celebrating furry friends that enrich our lives. Still to come on Coast TV News at 11, why it's a day to celebrate your feline family members a little extra.
Purchasing diamond jewelry or any jewelry, remember Robinsons, where we sell only earth-grown diamonds, not the fake lab-created whose values have dropped. Robinsons Jewelers can design or repair any jewelry, as Robinsons is the largest jewelry store on Delmarva with 8 jewelers on staff. Although we are known for being coin and clock experts, we want you to know we are the expert jewelers of Delmarva. Chain repairs to ring sizings to custom-made engagement rings, Robinsons is your jewelry expert.
To learn more about Robinsons family of business, the coin and jewelry experts, visit Delmarva Experts on WBOC.com.
Did you know that named storms could add a wind damage deductible to your insurance claim? And the assessed value of your home is different than replacement cost? Know your policy and your deductibles. Review your coverage before disaster strikes. And if you do suffer damage, call the experts, Riptide Restoration, to guide you through the insurance process and help you maximize your benefits.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Transform your outdoor space with Backyard Works. We are Sussex County's one call for all your fence, deck, handrail, pergolas, shower, and trash enclosure needs. Locally owned and operated, we make all our vinyl and aluminum fence right here in Harbison, Delaware, from American-made manufacturers. Cut out the middleman and deal direct. As a TimberTech Platinum deck dealer, our trained team will professionally install your deck that will last a lifetime. Give us a call and let us make your backyard work.
Did you know that LVP stands for Luxury Vinyl Plank? It's not just a floor, it's a game changer in style, durability, and convenience. Here's the key, LVP flooring is completely waterproof and can be installed over your existing floors, giving you a cost-effective and fresh new look. At Floor Coverings International, we know LVP. We can bring our mobile showroom to you fully equipped with thousands of flooring options.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Tomorrow at 4 on Coast Life, delve into mom moments. Empower yourself with Get Home Safely self-defense tips. And get ready to time warp with Rocky Horror Show at Milton Theater. Coast Life tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
Get live radar and severe weather alerts. Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app. Brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
And finally, it is time to celebrate our fur balls, curiosity, and all things feline related, because today is Global Cat Day. I also have to clear things up with Paul, because earlier he seemed to think I have 15 to 17 cats. I actually, for the record, only have 5 cats. This is them right here. Here is proof. There's only 5 cats in these photos. That's Stormy and Maverick. I have Hobie and Ninja and Lily. That's 5, Paul, 5 cats.
Yeah, but word on the street in the feline neighborhoods is that you harboring about 10 more somewhere. I'm just saying.
They get me in trouble.
That's the word. That's the word on the street. I'm just saying. All right, take a look. All right, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. Stacy Wright is our winner from Berlin, Maryland. Congratulations. Here's a look at our exclusive 10-day forecast, which is coming up. It seems to have 9 lives here, like the cats. Go, go, go. See, this is why I don't like cats. Cats give me bad luck. This is what I'm talking about. 20% chance of rain on Friday, 60% chance of rain on Saturday. I have nothing against cat or cat owners. I'm just saying 17 seems like a lot. Mallory.
You know, Paul, I got to tell you, turns out I'm about to be a cat owner.
Yeah, we finally convinced him. Paul's next. Paul's going to join the cat club soon.
It's about to happen. Thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News. Paul is just joining us here. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
It's okay, man. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.